Hello, club members, and welcome to another episode of the Redacre Neighborhood Watch. Thanks so much for helping us out in the chat as we started. We appreciate you. Yes, hello. So good to see you all. Another month has gone by, story has been told. Let's dive into it. As always, we wanted to thank you, of course, for being here. Thank you to all of our supporters. We have 5 giveaways today. I'm so excited for you to see what those are. And that's all possible because of you guys helping us out. All money that we earn goes towards the next month's giveaways, and you can also support in non-monetary ways like being active in chat, inviting people to watch us, hosting the channel, etc. Of course, we want to plug the Discord. All the following lore and speculation in this episode is gathered using information from the Interaction Archive in the Discord. And we, of course, also try and take a look at spoilers and speculation and catch up on what theories you all have been crafting. There's a reminder that at the end of each podcast, we try to find somebody new to TBC to raid and welcome them to the community, so please stick around. And of course, the best disclaimer is our audio sometimes has issues, and it wouldn't really be an R&W episode without some audio issues. So if there's a guest that you can't hear or is too loud or anything like that, let us know. We'll try and fix that for you. And we also wanted to do a huge shout out to our lore hounds. They are RK, Dana, and Zap. They are hard at work all month long collecting all of the lore and story tidbits that we're going to talk about today. Speaking of which, previously on the Redacre Neighborhood Watch, we talked about a couple of things. We talked about the reasons why, the hunter is bad, that, maybe some voices are still bad, and it was kind of looking rough out there. We all wanted to grab our tinfoil hats, put them on, protect ourselves from brainworms, but we have a little bit more for you today. We have some more about the hunter. I mean, who would have thought? We're going to look into maybe some new merch or something that's been going down, that sort of thing. We're also going to be talking about some watchers. We're also going to be talking about the skeptics and the weird stuff that they fish out of the pool, that sort of thing. So stay tuned. We're always reading comments and questions in the chat, so type away and we will try and get to you. But before we jump out of this boxcar and head out on a mission, it's time for me to introduce your hosts for today. I'm Leia, of course. Hi, how are you? We also have the one and only flying bird, Sparrow.
Hello, it's me.
Welcome back. We're so glad to have you.
Always happy to be here.
And we have a wonderful guest host today, the one and only Rose, Amber, Rose, Cactus, Rose, Amber, all of those things.
Hello, thanks for having me.
We are so excited to have you today. Do you have a preference on which way, what to call you today? Rose, Amber,
Rose? I respond to all of it, so whatever's most comfortable for you guys. Literally, it just depends on who I'm playing with each day.
Perfect. I know I always call you Rose, and the first time I heard someone call you Amber, I was like, who's that? So
No, I know. I remember that.
So now I'm more conscious of it.
Yeah, no worries.
We'll start throwing all 3 names at you just to keep you on your toes.
Just in different orders every time.
Oh no, we starting off with a dab.
Gotta start off strong.
All right, well, I am going to flip the mic over to our wonderful Sparrow.
If I can get my mission to start. Oh gosh. So we're going to kick into our lore today, and we're going to talk a little bit about how Redacre has judged the Watcher. Within the sacred halls of Redacre, as we know, court is in session and it is stacked full. The judge, the jury, and even the bailiff are our favorite chorus of voices, SAO. And when it comes to their discordant watchers, we've sort of learned that if they hear any sort of notes that they don't like, they will cut and they will paste that right into the trash can. For the greater good, of course. In the case of making appeals on the matter of these watchers, SAO is basically just taken to shaking their fingers at kids and telling us that they don't bargain. Kids trying to sneak more watchers into the place between have been met with hard stops, being told that they've already lost skin in the game, and that they're really just on track to lose more than they bargained for at that point. And on the topic of around watchers, we can talk a little bit more about Weka. In a very fairy tale-esque vibe, she's been telling us about how she's got a woodsman out there somewhere, keeping an eye out for Kiara. Weka still wants to avenge Joel, but STG has been watching her, and she has to convince STG that her target is in fact the monster. Not just a little kid that is being framed for whatever wrath she's been after.
Okay, but really, we all know monster, right?
Totally.
I don't know.
Someone's on my side finally.
I still don't know. I like to believe in the good in people, but you know,
I agree. I like to agree and believe in the good people, but also got to keep in mind that she's done some messed up stuff, and that is horrific of her.
I mean, she's also kind of been what is it? The word. It's a town full of brainwashing. Come on.
Yeah, no, I agree, but we also have to acknowledge that if we don't do something about it now, she's only going to get worse.
That's fair, but I don't think the answer to that is letting Murder Grandma stab her.
Oh, I don't want Murder Grandma to stab her. I just think she's a monster.
I'm not going to say that it wouldn't feel a little bit okay to see Grandma stab her after everything she put Devin through.
Wow!
But I mean, is it the first thing that I want? No. Would it
Leia wants to watch her get kicked and tripped and then have dirt kicked in her eyes and then they stab her, right? Right? I mean, that's it, right?
What has she done to her whole family, though? Really?
That's true. You're still wondering where Devin is. We're all wondering
where's Devin. Why is Harper on some brainwashing boat out in the middle of nowhere?
It's vacay. They're sipping mimosas. They're out on the lake.
Okay, who do you work for? Who do you work for?
I am the devil's advocate.
Oh,
snaps fingers in the idea.
Oh yes, if she met some really cool end at the hands of creepy baby AI, that would feel amazing to me. Yes.
Oh my god, that's it. That's where Noel's gonna put in the creepy baby AI. It'll be for Kiara. Kiara especially. She'll just get trapped up in the daycare, and then we'll hear distant screams of children, and it turns out that was it.
Yes. And then the next time we go there, there'll just be all these little bloody handprints all over the wall. I'm here for
it. Oh god, no.
Leia and the creepy babies. This is the theme.
Always. It's my theme in life. Okay, sorry to interrupt you. I just was excited for once to have someone on my side that Kiara is sus.
No, she's extremely sus.
Leia excited for the murder child.
Yes.
Alright, so it seems that by confirmation of Weka, the watcher that was once Livia is gone. Weka believes that she let something slip, and that's why Livia was culled from the Watcher's ranks. Grandma impressed upon the club members that they need to ask themselves what price is too high and what is the price worth paying. She's obviously not talking about weekly allowance or lunch money or anything of that nature. If club members want to break out, then they need to be prepared, and if they're not going to be walking away with clean hands. When a club member asked about successfully breaking out a watcher, Weka replied, "Lord help me, child, you don't. Burn them. Get what you need and let them burn."
Leia, you You could go make friends with that grandma.
I love
A lot
her
of people are
so
making friends with
much.
Grandma, and I'm like getting so mad about it. I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
trust grandma. I don't trust grandma.
Yeah, but she's
Thank
so
you.
metal.
I can't. No, it doesn't
Look,
mean
heavy
she's
metal
okay
grandma's
though.
fine, but I don't want to join her death metal cult. Okay?
I mean,
There's already enough cults.
There's already too many cults here.
cult within a cult. I'm here for it. Let's go. Cultception.
All right, and then a lot of the Watchers are really old, like extremely old as butts, as it says here, and
Sorry.
and no worries. And Tid thinks that because of that, it's not likely we're going to lose them all. We're not going to lose a lot of them, but SAO has some fondness for artifacts, for ancient things, and they may only cull the Watchers that absolutely displease them. Tid also says that the Watchers the kids have started to play favorites with are now in danger. If the Watchers slip up and blab secrets, they'll join the ranks of milk carton kids. But, you know, Ephemeral, is there such a thing as voice milk cartons? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
I mean, we did have the little ruins on the moon for a while, but then, you know, the hunter came in, ripped all of those down, and said, "Nope, there's no missing people here."
No,
Rude.
he had to make his own little monument to himself of like his greatness, like some kind of
what a
Ozymandias or
selfish
something.
git. Yeah, he had to make himself a fucking shrine. Jesus Christ.
Look upon me in despair. However that poem goes.
Isn't that a Lord of the Rings quote?
Well, there's that Lord of the Rings quote, but there's also the poem Ozymandias, of where it's like, "Look upon my works, look and see how powerful I am," or whatnot. But the irony is like it's all in like a desert and it's all broken down and everything, and all that remains is like a face.
So what you're saying is Chihuahua Hunt the Strong on the moon, sitting there on his tiny throne, going, "Look upon me at despair."
I'm not saying Chihuahua, but definitely small and fluffy, definitely.
Oh, Pomeranian, excellent, excellent.
Yes.
As a Pomeranian owner, I can confirm. Yes. I'm also wondering how cool it would be if all those spoiled milk cartons up in the daycare just suddenly had voice symbols of our fallen one day.
Oh, I would be so creeped out. Let's be real.
I'd be creeped out, but I'd enjoy it.
Right. All right. Well, let's get this load in so my voice doesn't cut out. Okay. We're also going to talk a bit about Devon, who, you might ask, we haven't heard from them in a while. Some people seemed pretty concerned about that, and other people just seemed to accept, like, oh, okay, they're missing. No, not that they're just missing. So, news on Devon. At this rate, they seem like they might become a pro juggler, picking up and dropping so many different groups. But they're out there looking for their own answers, trying to navigate, the waters. I'm sure having a very chaotic sibling and missing or brainwashed mother doesn't help at all. So yeah, they have a lot of shit that they're going through. Obviously the Redacre is concerned by the timing of Devon's disappearance. It just seems like once they started to talk to Stanek, that all of a sudden then Devon disappeared. And we know that, Stanek was a Dance for Us host who's now a hunter host, so that's all a little confusing. So we also know that Devon is very secretive. We know that they went missing before, but then they were like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm just doing my own thing, why are you worried? But this just feels different. So there, it's possible that they've been keeping some stuff hidden from the Redacre, and that they've been doing that really well. And yeah, so that kind of sucks because we don't have a lot of info to go on, but it's still important that we find them. And I think that even though the Redacre doesn't have a lot to go on, the correlation between talking to Stanek and the disappearance could prove important. I know I really wanted to blame Kiara for it, but I guess I'm open to, blaming other people for whatever. But what do you guys think?
I'm like, before you go any further.
Before we go any further, we got a $100 donation from Ravager.
Oh, Ravager, thank you. All those snacks. Nom 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 nom.
So many snacks. Thank you so much, Ravager. You help keep our lights on.
You really do. And, that's the reason why we're able to do so many awesome giveaways. And, like when we have guest artists give away their commissions, we're able to, like, pay them in full and what they deserve. And, like, that's all because of, the donations and the support from you guys. So thank you so much.
Always means a lot.
It really, really does. Speaking of giveaways, as you ponder on what your response is going to be to all the Devin questions I just asked, we actually have an away give. So let's do that right now in the spirit of getting some awesome snacks. So this away give is for one of our physical Redacre Neighborhood Watch away gives. In order to enter, just hit !giveaway in the chat. This is a physical item, so it does require you to give us your mailing address, so make sure you're comfortable and okay to do that before entering. If you're not part of our Discord, we have an entire giveaway channel there where we have all sorts of, hopefully you think they're cool, TBC related stuff that we make, and you can choose one of those, whatever fits your style and your voice affiliation or whatnot. And thank you, Sparrow, for running the giveaways. So.
Absolutely. I'm actually like running mini hats right now. I'm dodging sleepers and tranking people. Who decided this was a good way to run a podcast? All right, let me go ahead and grab our winner really quick.
Awesome. Tell us when you need a drum roll. Oh, okay.
Oh, there it goes.
I'm sorry,
I completely beat it.
Congratulations!
Congrats!
You know what to do. We'll give you the role in the Discord. Then you just emoji like onto one of your... Wow, that really creeped me out. Okay. Onto whichever giveaway you're choosing. And we actually have weekly giveaways. In case you weren't aware, we also do weekly recaps on YouTube. We call it the Redacre Recap, where myself and Dana and Zap and sometimes a guest host will go through and talk about the weekly lore that's been going on. And we actually pull a comment under that YouTube video every week. And oh gosh, right in the middle of me trying to explain things, Lucid, of course. But yeah, so we pick...
You're supposed to shake your hand.
He did indeed. We pick a winner from the comments every week to also win a giveaway item. So if you don't win one during the month, you can totally go and have 4 other chances to also win one. All right, I am through now. Back to you, Sparrow.
We're gonna change gears from where the frick is Devin to the relevance of our title card, the Hunter. So I am of the opinion that we needed more of Hunt the Strong, like we needed a hole in the head, but this wasn't exactly what I'd meant. So club members have begun spotting and catching stalkers that are wearing a new mask belonging to the hunting entity, and they've been receiving texts shortly after from the unknown caller. Some of the texts that we have are as follows. We've got, I think this is pronounced Siren. Siren. Your pack is the stronger. You challenged him. He accepted. Well done. Another was, he will test others. Perhaps they will measure up to your pack. Perhaps not.
But is that really your Hunt the Strong voice? I'm just asking for a friend.
Do you want me to? Like ruin my throat?
Yes. That's exactly what we want.
Oh my god. Okay. This is UC though. This isn't Hunt the Strong. This is UC. Come on.
Okay, so what's your Hunter via UC voice?
Do like kind of snarling, slobbering at the mouth, maybe a little bit.
Feral.
Yeah, very feral, very feral. They watched you for some time. They are trained to be close enough to touch if they can. Like a really poor
Yes.
B-movie, like horror villain. Yeah.
I mean, keep going, yes.
You see, it also had some further unsettling commentary on the hunter. This one I personally don't like. His face will swallow yours. His eye, moon-consuming sun, will burn there forever, scatter the herd, and the lesser beasts who think they are so much more than he is, this pact. So, if anyone missed it, that seems to really kind of make putting that mask on your face sound like a terrible idea. Looks badass as all fuck, but no.
Yeah, I got to see somebody get their mask today, and I was like, this is really heckin' cool, but also please get it away from me.
His face will swallow yours, like, okay.
Yeah, at that point I was just like, is this some kind of like did you all ever read Goosebumps? That one about the mask that just gets stuck to your face? That's all I can think of with that.
Oh
I was
my
like,
god, that fits perfectly!
Don't need that in my life.
Okay, I need to find a safe space, sorry.
You're just fine.
You're
It's
valid.
literally the name of this podcast game. It's like, oh no, my part's coming up and I'm not safe.
In the middle of wrestling with a lucid. Excuse me, I need to speak.
Yeah, please, could you hold on like 5 minutes, please? Yeah, so in case you hadn't noticed, the hunter has grown stronger. The presence of our super spooky hunter mask appears, and to Tid at least is a sign that the hunter has grown stronger. If he is able to make a mask, which appears alive like ours, then he has grown and will soon feed again.
Great!
Yeah, right? It's so comforting, right? Like everything we want. And the hunter's been patient. He wants to know what the kids have been sniffing around at in the place between and what's going on there. Apparently he's been suspecting that the place has reeked of a trap for a while now. And like any good ambush predator, he's been patient and searched for a way to get the pact members to emerge from the place between. He also says that one of them has taken the bait, which is a major, that's scary. Not gonna lie, that's like, scary.
Who do we think is taking the bait? Because, like, we've got Die For You, who's just basically been dancing around slathered in barbecue sauce saying, eat me! But I don't know if it's him.
I honestly, you know what? I don't think it's him either, and that's the part that concerns me.
Any thoughts there, Leia?
Okay, well, like I'm thinking, we haven't heard anything about TMC leaving, right? He's still like in there keeping equilibrium or whatnot.
Yeah, he's doing his whole becoming part of it and keeping time stopped, if I remember right.
Right, okay, so that leaves, I mean, like, In Her Teeth isn't part of the pact.
No, she's not,
No.
but I still feel like she's really high up on that list of targets of his.
What about STG? Because she's been coming and going. She's been talking to Weka. Could she be the one that they're concerned about there?
I mean, I could see him going for, like, the quote-unquote general.
Yeah, especially since she wanted to be the de facto leader.
I don't know, what do you guys think in chat? Yeah, Crate says TMC probably isn't going to leave. So that kind of, okay, strikes him out. We know that Die For You's trying really hard for it, which maybe is kind of like a turnoff for the hunter. Maybe he's like, people who are really strong don't need to like try so hard. And if that's
like
the
walk
case,
softly, carry a big stick, and he is not walking softly.
right? Crate says, I think it's the I Dare. He's ready to leave the pact, with the whole LL business that we'll talk about.
Yeah, but the I Dare hasn't enticed the hunter at all. In fact, he's taking great pleasure in telling us how weak he is.
Yeah, there's that, like, it just seems like if he was gonna get the I Dare, I think it would have been when the I Dare was, like, broken into pieces already, and then would have, kicked him when he was down because he was so strong beforehand. You know what I mean? Well then, let's start this off.
Thank you.
I got you.
I'm making friends.
Scott says, the idea of being out and about as courier makes him easier to hit, but once the idea gets his voice back, that's a very juicy target.
Yeah, I agree that once he has his voice, we'll have to rethink that, but as it is now, probably not him.
So probably, are we conspiring, tinfoiling here that it's probably Seed the Grudge he has his eye on?
I mean, it
That's
makes
my
the
bet.
most sense. She's the leader. And nobody else really is interesting in the pact, let's be entirely fair.
I mean,
Yeah, LL's not even in it, and I don't know. I imagine LL would taste funny.
I hate it.
Haha, I hate it.
Needs self-uplift.
Yikes. Stasi says it's always seemed like STG was going to be the next, but I hope not. Oh, yeah, it's like... It seems way too easy to just be like, oh, yeah, Die For You's flaunting it, and the hunter's gonna go after him. Like,
What if he sharp right turns, and instead of going after Seed the Grudge, he goes after her envoy, which would be Weka. Grandma gets munched by the wolf. The big bad wolf eats Grandma.
Oh no.
But what would he get out of Grandma? She's not a voice. She knows Old Tongue, but there's none of the benefits that come from that.
She's
You know
got
what I mean?
all of the background information on SAO, though.
But does munching a former watcher convey the same information as munching a voice?
I mean, maybe it's just like pork rinds. He needs an appetizer.
God, pork rinds?
Yeah, she's like the leftover skin kind of puffed up. There's not really much to her, but she's probably tasty.
Oh my god.
Drummer Boy says, like, what if Seed the Grudge, he goes after Seed the Grudge, but then Weka, like, is bodyguard and throws herself in front and gets munched instead.
Speaking of get down, Mr. President, who wants to be president?
What? Oh no. I the way my keyboard configuration is, I can't do this.
Okay, then I'll do it.
I am the dummy, and I've made my push-to-talk button the little squiggly, and so my, like, trying to run with ASW,
no.
and it doesn't work.
Oh no. Okay, I got you.
I've crab-clawed my keyboard.
That would be very interesting. Well, keep tinfoiling on
Get
it.
down, Mr. President!
Oh my god.
God, you made me
So
jump.
violent. It's so loud. That was chaotic.
Sorry.
I loved it. I loved every second.
Oh, anybody want a cipher?
No, thank you.
Oh, that sounds so not fun. Okay, so, well, think on that. I mean, we're hearing a lot of great things. Probably Seed the Grudge. Could also be Weka. I mean, could also be the Idare. Could also be XYZ. Like, we know that he's getting ready to have his next meal, so smart to start thinking about all of his different angles and motivations for sure. Yeah, we also want to talk about UC. I mean, otherwise known as Camden Blaine. So, we know the Hunt the Strong and SAO don't play nice. And, like, how does that fit in with, yeah, so German Boy, sorry, I derailed myself by reading and trying to talk at the same time, which is a terrible decision. But Drummer Boy just said, Hunt the Strong is all like, this steak is too tender. I'm going to eat these steak knives instead because I'm strong.
I had a bowl of nails for breakfast without any milk.
Maybe he does have like a point to prove.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't even mean it. No.
Both of you get out. Like,
no,
no, now.
Wait,
Come
I'm
on.
so proud.
No. I didn't
Oh.
mean it. No. No.
Oh,
Okay.
I think my game just crashed.
no. Chorus is suppressing Rose.
Chorus, please!
Oh, no.
It didn't like that I don't like puns.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going next, apparently. Because I don't like them either. Okay, so sorry. Okay.
Oh no.
Back, switching back to the unknown callers. So Hunt the Strong and Speak as One aren't going to be playing nice. They're a bit too straight edged when it comes to conflict for Hunt the Strong to get any use out of them. So we've talked about this a little bit before, but we know that the hunter apparently not only has met Bells before anyone even knew that the hunter was here, but that he actually really liked her.
Thanks, I hate it.
I mean, it's Bells, and she's kind of a badass. Like, I can't blame him, really, though.
I don't like that, though. I don't like him anywhere near her.
Yeah. Also, sorry, like, I know the names are swapped for our nameplates now, since Rose came back in. So, just bear with us. Just bear with us. You know who's who and who's
There's
talking.
a bear with us?
No.
Where's the bear?
Wow, why doesn't Sparrow get booted for these puns ever? Just saying.
It's just, and then Sparrow was never a host on RNW again. We don't know what happened.
But yeah, so my question to you guys is like, first of all, feelings about Hunt the Strong, knowing Bells, etc., liking Bells. And also part 2 of that is like, how would you feel if there was like this voice who had its eye on you before anyone even knew that it was a voice? Ooh.
First off, creepy.
Mhm.
Second, I hate to say it, I feel like it's like the whole pro tag thing. Like, Bells is definitely the pro tag here, and we're kind of like the guests, the supporting roles. And I'm not, as I said before, I'm not surprised, but it's also, could you kindly not?
Right.
Yep, definitely, please fuck right off.
Exactly.
It makes me think of, and I know this isn't like, I don't think this is related, but like for the longest time, I felt like there was more than just the I Dare in the prologue because of the way that
No,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay, like we went through, and I was watching somebody else play, and we were going through and like looking at all the different the different text in that, and like there's so many different ways of talking and different ways, not just like the caps and like not caps,
Yeah.
but like the way their sentences are put together, the way the sentences are phrased,
We
and
did know she heard more than one voice. We just don't know
Yeah.
what they were.
exactly. So like seeing that and seeing the different voice, like the different sentence structures on top of like the caps, not caps, and all of that, just really has me like sitting here with my tinfoil, being like, "Oops."
right?
love
Like, what if one of them was the hunter? I mean, it very well could be. Sounds like it could be, right?
Yeah.
Crate says,
Man,
the I
that's
Dare
a
said a
long
while
line.
ago he was influencing Bells likely, and the one grabbing OT from SatCon, with Colm influencing her. Interesting.
Dislike.
Megan
Always,
dislike.
always.
So I guess back to UC and back to this whole dislike topic. There was an encounter where club kids started using UC's name, Camden Blaine, and it's taking a noticeable amount of time for him to shake the hold. But the good news is he did, and when he did, they had time to ask about our long-lost patron, Dance for Us. But he didn't know her. And that hurts my heart. I mean, it's not shocking, but it's like, okay, how many times do us Dance for Us kids just get stabbed over?
Wow, you holding the candle for another voice now there, Liv?
No.
Okay. So like, here's something that like was brought up, and that I don't remember if it was like said in an interaction or if somebody just pointed it out, but like, I don't think Die For You actually knows Unknown Caller's name. Like, I don't think anybody's told Die For You his name. And so,
Ooh.
if people make sure that Die For You knows his name, maybe that might help more with, like, shaking the hold off, because Die For You will be, help with the whole thingamabob that he's doing there.
Kind of like how you gotta know their
theory.
true name, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something got lost in the mix and everybody probably thought somebody would tell die for you and nobody bothered.
All right, you die for you followers. Send a light. Let them know. Maybe that will help.
Tell him.
Oh my gosh, Noel, get out of here. You didn't hear that. It didn't happen.
I don't know. It's on video now. Like,
No.
Yeah, we could clip that. We
We're
could totally clip
racing.
that.
somebody clip that. Somebody clip it, please.
This
Clip
entire
it and
show
save it
is
for
being
posterity.
erased.
We're gonna put it on the fridge.
No, it's being
Well,
deleted
you know what?
as we speak.
It only makes sense because, you know, Leia is an adult, and once you reach adult age, you know, and the person and the voice is dead, you don't remember them anymore. It only
Okay.
makes total sense.
See, that beat me, because I was gonna be like, God damn it, Liam, we need this VOD for you two.
How many knives can my heart fit? I don't know. There's just so many in there right now.
I mean, we could
We
change
can
your
keep
name to,
trying.
like, Salty Caesar Solo. You could be our new knife block.
Oh my gosh. I don't even have a response to you.
You were the one who was making puns about knives earlier.
Literally on accident. On
Mhm,
accident.
mhm. I'd like to believe in my heart of hearts that it was all intentional.
Drummer says we need Camden to eat more barbecue and acquire a taste for it, and then barbecue sauce soaked die for you will be on the radar. I
Oh.
mean, that's one way to approach it. Who are we to say that that's not valid?
Where are we gonna get all this barbecue sauce?
Probably the same place we get all of these snacks.
Fair. What if barbecue chips?
Barbecue chips. And then you have the nice, like, crunch that comes with it, too. The satisfying
Oh yeah,
crunch.
we're getting gourmet with this.
Oh, heck yeah.
You heard it here first. We are no more Cool Ranch Doritos. It's now barbecue chips.
Barbecue Nation.
Anyways, my poor heart is gonna segue into our next giveaway, which is quite an amazing giveaway. If you haven't seen these photos floating around the Discord and I believe on Twitter, you should know by now that our resident club member Maxwell is amazing when it comes to 3D printing things. And he's actually come up with these voice plaques that he can 3D print. And he approached us, and we have the go-ahead to give away a voice plaque of the winner's choosing. So I think he can do almost all the voices. I think Chase the Sun might be the only one not, but I digress.
So, you can't stop me from entering this, you realize.
the
This is such a good giveaway.
Yeah, I know. I've been so excited. I've been keeping it under wraps. It's been so hard to keep quiet and secret. But yes, so this giveaway is for a 3D printed voice plaque from Maxwell.
It's really neat. I have an IHT one that he gave me, and I keep it at my desk while I play TBC.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, and this
They're
is a
just-
physical item, so mailing address is required.
Have you seen the ones that got painted too, that have the white on them?
Yes.
They look so legit. They're so
Yeah,
good.
I want to do that myself. I just haven't had the chance.
For sure, for sure.
Too many things going on at once.
Lots of interested parties.
Hey,
Looks like we
Leia,
just
for
have-
the one that you keep forgetting the name of.
Oh, I have it too.
Yeah!
Boom. Top of the
Aw.
wheel. Boom.
Just a bunch of dancers in here dancing for us. All right, and we will go ahead and we will pick this winner now.
All right.
I will let you drum roll now.
Here's the drum roll.
It's Winter.
Winter! Congratulations. Make
Congrats,
sure to
Hunter.
message me after the episode, and I will get you and Maxwell all figured out. And yes, I saw that. Thank you, Crate. We had a no UI for the next round redeemed. So when we come into that mission, I'm going to make everyone do it because I don't want to suffer alone. So.
Oh
What
my
is it,
god,
all
no,
three?
no, no, no,
No!
no, no,
It's
no,
exorcism!
no, do not do this to
No!
us. Do not do this to us.
This
No!
is my favorite.
Look,
Okay.
I'm sitting in the cave and I'm reading my notes and you can't make me leave.
You
Leia,
can't-
it's just for you, accordingly, for the Cool Ranch blasphemy. You can't force this on
No,
us.
I want to force all my friends to suffer with me. Okay, here I go.
Okay, so I'm going to carry on here. We're going to talk about how we've been getting into contact with one AP Perdici. So that name might be familiar to some of us. Perdici is a teacher here at the high school in Redacre. They've started texting some club members. I'm unsure if they were in his classes, but stating he's received a strange note regarding a recent incident that we might have more information on. He's had reasons to believe that Livia Perdici, as a watcher, was talking with him, saying, I would wake, but be unable to move. I would see her, or her shape, on the foot of my bed. And I'm going to pause and say, can you imagine having a family relative as your sleep paralysis demon? Because that doesn't sound
Right?
great
It's
to
so
me.
terrifying to think about.
Oh my god. I don't even know if I would be as chill. Maybe that's something that comes with living in Redacre, where it's just like, yeah, I woke up and I saw a sleep paralysis demon, and then I went back to bed. That happens every Tuesday. I don't know.
You know, if it happens often enough, you're just like, yeah, that's normal.
And then I found out that it's actually my great aunt on my father's side. Who knew? I don't actually know their relation, but like, Jesus Christ.
The idea of that is hilarious, though, like the casualness of it.
Yeah, my ghost relative just visited me and would just talk to me. It's cool. So they, being AP Perdici, are showing doubt in Redacre, and while they're able to hear instructions and the like from SAO, they're also willing to share them with the club, saying, I'm not convinced it's about Redacre anymore. It used to be about the people. Now it's the inner circle. Listen, you're saying she's gone. Forever. I know what you kids are doing in the woods. If what you're saying is true, I can help you. I hear it. At night. Instructions. And this all seems mighty convenient to me!
Oh gosh. The
No, I'm right
skeptic.
there with you. It's so
Leia,
so
I can't help it.
sketchy.
I'm so paranoid about this game anymore. I'm so fucking paranoid.
Oh, numerous real life accounts. Are you okay now?
I mean, there have been a lot of like recounts of how sleep paralysis and stuff works, or like
Yeah,
ghosts at the foot
no.
of the bed. I've
They're
had
not
friends who have
good.
talked about that, but yeah, no, it's just
No.
not great.
Yeah, no, I suffered from sleep paralysis a couple times from how my drugs react to each other, and it's not fun.
Yeah, yeah. Also, thank you, Crate. Thank you. You are on the side with me and Cactus, and we're fine. We're over here side-eyeing Perdici, like, okay, so you know what we're doing in the woods, but you just decide that you want to help us? Okay, sure. That's mighty convenient with sundown looming. I mean, I get it's one of those we don't really have a choice sort of things, but it's like, buddy, my guy, my dude, no.
Like, for once, I want to believe in an adult, but there's no way I can trust an adult. Like,
Listen, you look around you right now. All the adults are trying to grab us in the world's worst hug. I don't trust any of them.
yeah, no, like, I feel like the closest one that we could have trust was UC, and we threw him under the bus, and now he's like this.
We fed him to the hounds,
We really did.
like the royal week, the loosely used week. Some of us were just like,
Some of us weren't even playing at the time, but like, yeah, no. I'm trying to find a spot, I'm sorry.
I just think
Rip.
you're all super paranoid. What could go wrong with trusting
oh,
an
I
adult?
don't know. I don't know. Let's try. The entire club gets ambushed by a huge mob of SAO followers, and then voila, no more club.
I mean,
That sounds like a good one. That sounds like a good one. Let's be fair.
sounds like that's what kind of they're planning anyway. So
I mean, fair. So it's like live and let die. I don't know. They make good points that kind of match up with the gist of what I've been picking up, where it's like the voice is no longer concerning themselves with the affairs of the people in the town, but more so with their own sense of preservation. And like, I'm glad that there are adults that appear to be picking up on that. But I can't shake the rampant paranoia. I don't know.
Okay, so according to Weka, AP Perdici is part of the song like Livia was, but unlike the removed watcher, SAO doesn't seem to know or even realize that he's listening. When the time comes, this may be the little bird that we need to know where and when Sundown Gathering will take place. Waco theorizes that Livia let doubt creep in and kept Perdici from forgetting, which is how he came to suspect, and then in turn reach out to us in the club. Grandma is now on full watchdog mode, stating she'll work to keep him alive and eradicate any burgeoning suspicion that might form around them in the meantime. And a quote from an interaction last night, she said, in the song, no special watch on him before I hid him even more from them. They destroyed the Watcher, his mother, erased her from the song, but him, he is a mere sleeper to them beneath notice as a threat.
I mean,
So
sounds like Waca's even like, yeah, go for it, kids. Trust him.
Well, she's like,
no.
so what, like, her whole thing, like, in that interaction was, I may not trust him, but I trust his rage. And I'm like, she's ready to use that rage and direct that rage. So she says, like, she's kind of saying to go for it, like, give it a try, but she's ready to, like, lay the smack down if it comes down to it, if he ends up betraying us in any way.
I mean, she keeps promising to harm a lot of people. What's she planning to do exactly?
She mentioned something about cutting a switch. So, like, I don't know, she went really, like, old. She's a real fan of corporal punishment. It's kind of terrifying, actually.
Thank God I've only ever spoken to her once. She sounds terrifying.
She is.
I'm just finding, like, piles of masks everywhere, like a horror story.
That's me. I keep grabbing them and then getting grabbed, and so I just keep leaving them places hoping somebody else would pick them up.
I found one at the bottom of the ladder. I was like, something bad happened here.
Yes, me. That was
more
me.
I can't find him to save my life because I have
There's
no
two
UI.
over here by the. There's two over here by the mirror lamp.
Okay.
Yeah, if you get by the mirror, you only need one to turn in with those two.
And there's two at the bottom of the ladder, under 921. There were three, but I took one.
All right. That awkward silence tells me it's probably my turn, and I haven't scrolled. Just a sec.
Yeah, you're hubris, Leia. Read what Crate says about you.
Great. Why are you coming for me? What the hell?
We've put ourselves into the public, like, limelight. It's gonna happen.
Okay. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Speak as one's opinions on the dead skeptics. Let's talk about Stinky Face himself. Just hating on these really cool people.
Yeah.
I did not insult Cool Ranch, for the record.
We just said that it's been unseated by barbecue.
That we need to feed the club members, or we need to feed UC barbecue chips, so I'm just saying it wasn't me. Okay.
Where are you pulling these perceived insults from, Crate? I'm shocked.
So speaking of Speak as One would probably describe the dead skeptics as old enemies. And they have seen them before Redacre even. And then obviously after they came here as well. So they stated that they have seen the skeptic's symbol on a flask that was carried by a young man who managed to escape the town, concealed beneath a leather case. Which made me think of, like, the dude that we know that, like, came into town and then, like, got put into SatCon and then left. Is that a different dude, or do we think that it can be...
Oh, I like that. What was his name? Cody?
I thought Cody was the one that Ted lost and wants to try and apologize to.
Yeah, but I thought that Cody might have been in the Dead Skeptics ranks. Like, there's a theory going around that he could have been one of theirs now because he lost faith in Tid.
Interesting.
This sleeper's like inchworming across the parking lot.
Shh, nature's beautiful.
So that could be a possibility, which is very interesting. Also, would be really cool to know, like, exactly how this person escaped from Redacre, you know, for science, not for practical use, of course. Speak as One also claims to know that they know that there are some members of the Dead Skeptic among their ranks, which is interesting. And they said they think themselves above us, yet their ranks are often ours. They rely on the great network. It is not so difficult to show false kinship from afar. So that feels a little bit scary. SAO also touts that they know all about how the skeptics work, with these small groups meeting together to take on enclaves of voices and teams, but then disperse. They know that they're trying to break into the town, but they plan to they have plans to root them out and keep their ranks intact. And they don't really have any concern or fear over the Dead Skeptics. They think the kind of the same way that the Idare does, that the group's paranoia will be their eventual undoing. What do you guys think about that?
I'm actually really curious about how, within their ranks, a member of the Dead Skeptics would resist the song, or at least not, like, tip them off completely that they're not a part of it. Because the idea with the Skeptics seems to be, we don't want your filthy brainworms. So how are they going to immerse themselves that deeply and then get out again unscathed?
That's a great question.
I'm like, isn't that a problem with like undercover cops? Is like they get so caught up in it, like the whole fake it till you make it, and they end up actually becoming the thing that they're trying to catch.
Yeah, like at that point, what do they go through, like a quarantine when they come out, or are they just like, all right, you're permanently retired, kid, no more for you, you're on the sidelines now? Is it like you can only one and done a deep operation like that and then you're corrupted?
You see, there's this thing called the brainwash boat that
Oh no.
you can go on vacation to.
Let's go to the lake.
We're going on a trip.
I can't find another mask upstairs.
They're all in the Plexus and Somni. Please help me get them to Leia.
I mean, no, there's not two still next to the... No, there are still two next to the light, I think, so, or the mirror, so just bring that one upstairs and you're set.
Okay, I'm bringing it to you, Leia.
Okay.
I mean,
thank
you can also dump a second set of 3. It's not just one and done.
Alright, I'm gonna go set myself up by the mirror.
Bless.
Oh yes, that is what a mask looks like. I've not seen one.
I mean, have you not been hugged by a sleeper lately?
Well, as our two friends are bravely getting the third mask, I can say it is time for another giveaway. This is a giveaway for a physical away give item from the Redacre Neighborhood Watch. To enter, you just need to type !giveaway when Sparrow starts up the giveaway. And it's a physical item, so we will require a mailing address. Wow, this lucid's really like in my ear, but not seeing.
I dropped it by you, Leia.
Oh, you did? Was I tabbed out?
Yeah, right here.
Thank you. Oh, there's so many. Look, my friends helped me complete the mission even though I am so blind.
It's alright, Leia, we love you.
I keep getting the hunger tonight. I don't know what this means.
It's time for dinner. Take a nice, big, juicy bite out of crime and out of your local lucids. Alright, we are picking our winner.
Alright, drum roll.
Pacific Skyfish!
Woohoo! Congratulations. I'll make sure to give you that role in the Discord, and I hope you find something that you're super excited about. Congrats. And with that, I'm going to bat the mic back over to Sparrow. And wow, people look so creepy without the UI. Like this, you just scared me so bad just chilling on the fence.
Ooga booga booga.
Booga booga.
Ooga booga. Sorry. Speaking of our previous Stinky Face McGee with SAO, did you guys know that SAO thinks DFY is a fool? So I know that like most opinions of the voices amongst each other remain pretty fraught, to say the least. But Speak as One has made it pretty clear that they think Die for You is kind of a big dummy, saying to their followers, "The martyr calls to the beast, his head in the jaws of a lion. Fool, he will not rise again this time." Which just makes me think that I don't think SAO would have liked the lion tamers at circuses back in the day. Because wasn't that like their whole gist?
Yes.
I don't know. Like that's have you never seen those cartoons where you just stick your head in the lion's mouth and then you're just like, aha, look at how brave I am.
I've never seen the cartoons, but I remember when I was
I remember seeing the art of that.
when I was
Yeah.
little, they had like a drinking fountain at the zoo that was a lion's open mouth, and so in order to like drink from it, you had to put your head in, and all of us kids were like, no, we'll just dehydrate, it's fine, we're not doing it.
Leia refuses to drink lion spit, which pretty valid.
Right?
Reminder, hydrate before you dihydrate.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody, take a drink of water for us. I'm gonna do the same. And then we shall continue. Let's talk about a gold tooth, and what Tid thinks about it. So Tid is been running short on agents, which has been a fiasco that's kind of been haunting him his entire time since he's reawakened in Redacre. He's got too few adult hosts turning around, and he doesn't really have the resources to send people out to investigate the lake and the things that the skeptics have found out there. So he's kind of turned his proverbial eyes askance at them and asked the question that we're all thinking, why don't they help us out? But it should be noted that amongst the skeptics, Tid's only ever really trusted one of them, which was the one that I imagine he had corresponded with previously, way back when. He finds all the rest to be all paranoia, no passion, which I know a lot of people like the skeptics, but I kind of support that statement for them. But considering I was also touting so much paranoia earlier, that's pot to kettle, I suppose. Tid does think that the skeptics, if they want more traction in their searches, especially where that gold tooth that they found is concerned, it would be a good idea to look into the dental records of the town and see just who might have had a gold tooth inserted or has a gold tooth, and maybe we can figure out who it belonged to.
I really like the idea that Tid just thinks that anybody outside of Redacre can just somehow get into the dental records and like narrow it down. It's like, sir, do you not understand how this works?
I bet this town is not digital at all. So it's like
Right?
I'm hacking into what? Their filing cabinets?
Yes, I've learned to pick lock the little lock on the filing cabinets, and now I shall dig for the information we require.
They'll just fly a drone in and give it like little servo thumbs so it can open up the drawers and be like, good luck. Rifle through it all. Find us what you need. Go to sleep.
Thank you. Okay, I think it's my turn. Let me just get in the cave.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, the other thing is, when it comes to things like gold teeth, they're not super common, but like, what if you had that inserted before you even came into the town? Is there even going to be records of that?
I mean, it would be interesting, like, sure, if it's like a molar in the back, you might not notice, but like, if you were living next to somebody who had like one of their front teeth was a gold tooth.
My neighbor, the pirate.
Right, like you would know that, and I think, that wouldn't be something that you would have to like get the serial number, microscopic serial number on or something.
We've imprinted serial numbers on teeth now?
Yeah.
God, Redacre's fucked up.
You could just like ask an old person, like, yeah,
This
ever
is
seen
new for
anyone
dental
with a
records.
gold tooth? So I don't know if they intend to like do that kind of research of like, oh, have we ever heard of anyone with a gold tooth? Or if they're thinking like, Well, kind of like how I think we're about to talk about the pins, but like that, like medical equipment would be more likely to have serial numbers and whatnot on it than I think a gold
Yeah.
tooth.
I don't know if like the whole "did you ever know anybody with a gold tooth" thing could work though, because like we found this as a like desiccated body part in some underwater tunnels, which means some major decomposition probably had to have happened, right?
Which means it has to have been a good while, I would think, if depending on how
True.
decomposed the body is.
For sure.
And honestly, they like it probably wasn't just a peaceful end either to somehow end up there.
Ah!
So maybe asking around and alerting people to the fact that a gold tooth has been found is not ideal either.
Scapegoat says gotta ask a watcher, and that just leads me to like the question of watchers and how they perceive people again. It'll be like, hey watchers, do you know anyone with a gold tooth? It'll be like, I don't pay attention to your teeth.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about flesh for? It's temporary.
Who cares about teeth?
When you inhabited them, did it taste like pennies in the mouth or
Okay, let me get a spot. Okay, so the skeptics are at it again. This time they've put a dive camera into the tunnel connecting the sinks to Redacre. There's not much visibility though due to the silt in the water. The skeptics did put a metal detector along for the ride with the camera though, and they were able to find some pins from somebody's knee surgery. They tried to find a match for the tooth that they previously found, but haven't yet come up with any leads. Apparently, it's not quite a perfect replica, so the search is a bit more difficult than anticipated. And hopefully, the skeptics can identify this like jigsaw people pieces, since they're theorizing these might be the remains of some of the people who have disappeared from Redacre.
Personally, I just hate that it's like we're slowly finding a person piece by piece.
Yeah, no, that's no me gusta.
or people? Like it I mean, honestly, we have to like think that it could be multiple.
It's true.
It might not be the same person.
and
But they
it's
could have met
really
like the same end, or at least the same way.
probably drowned, yeah. And it's not even like organic matter either. It's like, oh, this was somebody's metal pins. This was somebody's metal tooth. So it could have been long enough that anything organic is just that anything organic is just gone.
It could
Um,
be.
Rose, are you okay?
I climbed in a window right into a sleeper, and somehow the sleeper did not see me or grab me, and I did not know what happened.
Oh, it's okay. That happens all the time. I yelled a couple of times when I got grabbed last night and played. Oh my.
I don't know if it's Jay or Jai, or sorry, it could be something totally else. But
That's Justin.
in chat they said theoretically you could date the gold of the tooth based on the environment and the amount of rust on the gold alloy. So that's a big brain move there.
Do gold alloys rust? I thought they were one of those things that aren't supposed to like tarnish, and that's why they're used in like teeth and stuff.
Good question. I don't know, but
I don't know enough about this.
it seems like something to Google and go on a rabbit hole with. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Club
Yet another
members,
thing.
start your Google search.
Yet another thing to add to my random Google search history for this game.
Your FBI agent is concerned.
If they're not, I'm actually more concerned about them.
That part's done. But now what?
Okay, so after I trick this lucid into becoming my friend, shaking my hand, and giving me hot cocoa without making me part of the song. See that? Mission
That's a long list.
accomplished. Mission accomplished.
You should bring them home.
It gets mighty cold in these woods at night, kiddo.
All right, I am leaving because I'm being a little chaotic right now and I have some stuff to talk about. Okay. So, again, we heard from Speakers One about this sundown something or other that totally is going to happen and be incredible and terrifying. SAO commented that they commented on their regret for the deaths that they've caused, which I guess is a step in the right direction. But it's kind of hard to buy it with the angel, like, literally ripping through the town constantly and, suppressing kids and the like. But they've also hinted a little more at sundown by saying the division between us itself is unnatural, should never be there. There is no you. You are us. You have merely forgotten. Happily, at sundown, you will all remember.
I'm just
No.
gonna like casually raise my hand and say, I'd like my continued amnesia, please.
Yes, please.
Can I opt out of this whole situation? Thanks.
I mean, you can opt out of EH, but I'm pretty sure it's opted in to us.
No. I mean opt out of sundown. I like other things.
Your parents have to sign a permission slip. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Stasi, like, emphasized the happily on there, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it's not very often we hear, I feel like, positive emotional talk from Speak as One, and maybe that's my bias talking. But usually it's all like, you're bad, calling us names, being, this, that, and the other. But to tell someone that happily at sundown you will all remember just like ups the creep factor by like 1,000 just using that adjective.
I'm just over here bristling because I'm like, how dare you tell me how I'm gonna feel about this? I don't want that. The audacity.
I think they're all audacity, let's be fair.
Alright, I get to have the... I probably should have given this to Rose, but I didn't. I'm gonna talk about IHT, and you have to watch me do it.
I'm sad inside.
I'm so sorry. So, I know we were talking about dentistry earlier, and we know that IHT symbol may be this gaping maw of teeth, but in this case she is keeping her lips sealed pretty tightly when it comes to how she's planning on using the curses. I know that there were some... Why do we have exorcism again?
I'm so upset. I'm literally like screaming
No!
inside.
Now I get to actually do it. My favorite mission.
Oh, no.
I hate this mission.
Oh.
So we all knew that IHT was gonna do something with Gorgon.
Sarah, are you okay?
No!
You sound
upset.
wounded.
I'm so wounded. I'm shot out of the fucking sky. Question, why did you do this? So
Mel, turn on your location. We just want to talk.
so I'm staying in the clubhouse. You can't make me go. So we knew that she was doing stuff with Gorgon. Not exactly sure, but she had us collecting and sending her lights if you were of her brood, and letting her kind of investigate deeper into that. What she's still doing with that, we still don't know. And in fact, she gave us her response in regards to that, and I don't know if I can mimic IHT because she's just got a quality to her that I could only dare to dream, but we're gonna try. Oh, Rose, did you want to try? Sorry.
I can totally try if you want me to try.